Welcome to the Crystal Mermaid New Moon in Libra live tarot reading on Facebook. My name is Jessica. I am a mystic and intuitive light worker, here to raise the galactic consciousness one stone at a time and nourish the galactic consciousness with a little bit of soul food every single day. So if you are new to Crystal Mermaid, I combined the metaphysical, elemental, and energetic properties of crystals, rocks, and gemstones, along with the use of tarot. In this case, I particularly use the Tarot of Mermaids. I am outside. I have set a stage. I've set a grid. And I've picked a stone for us as we are literally coming into this new moon right now. It is about 12:12 on the Pacific coast and 3:12 on the East Coast, and that is the time of the new moon and its power, the moon moving into its highest power for this cycle. So pardon me if I'm wearing sunglasses. It's a little bit unusual, but it's actually bright and sunny and nice out. I have these beautiful sunglasses that help me see through the eyes of love. And what I mean by that is they're heart-shaped, and they were gifted to me by a friend at Burning Man a couple years ago. And they have something called peacock ore on them. So I have that beautiful power and energy of the peacock ore radiating throughout this space, and then my vision through the eyes of love in these heart-shaped sunglasses. So we're celebrating. It's a new moon, and there's nothing wrong with getting a little groovy. So I hope you all can hear me. Also, I have a new piece of equipment I picked up. It's called a lavalier microphone, and hopefully it's making the sound better. So you can hear me. Give me a shout out. Let me know that you can hear me okay, or if you can't hear me, I guess that too. And then we will adjust the microphone as needed. So let's get started with this full new moon crystal tarot reading. Before any reading, I always wash my hands and drink some water as a sign of cleansing and purification. I have an antique crystal tea glass that I love, so bringing that into the situation. And sorry about that. We got a little noise going on. Hopefully, we are cleansed. We are ready to go, focused. Take some deep breaths. Tuning into the energy of the space that we are in right now. Releasing the energy of that which is not serving us. Clearing my personal energy so that I can be an intuitive, clear channel for the reading that we are about to do. So the stone energy for this new moon is tanzanite. I have some tanzanite crystals, a lot of little teeny tiny crystals, and they are a stone of magic. The tanzanite is unique. We only recently found tanzanite as humans back in the 60s. And as far as we know, there's a limited supply that is available naturally. And so it makes it precious in the sense that only a finite amount of this crystal is there for us to access that energy that we know of. So we need to take care of what we do with these crystals and not abuse them. And it also lends to their magical abilities. They are a stone and an energy that provides a perfect symmetry. There's a perfect symmetry between our personal power and actualization. So manifesting, making things happen through our personal power. The Tanzanites bringing that into us today and throughout this whole new moon cycle. We're in a very interesting space. Just to set the stage for you in the planets and those energies, both the sun and the moon are in Libra. The sun is masculine and the moon is feminine. And they're in Libra, which is a sign of balance, a sign of finding your duality and tapping into that personal power of your duality. So that's pretty significant energetically all on its own. Then we have Uranus opposing the moon. So what does that mean? Uranus is a planet of change, and it's a planet of risk, and it's also the planet of the heavens. So in order to get to the next level, we have to be willing to make changes and take risks, and also be aware that we are protected by our internal guidance system and all that is around us, the light that's there to protect us with crystals, rocks, and gemstones. So bringing that in with the opposing of the moon and the feminine energy lends its own unique astrological significance to what's happening today and in this time period. Also, the last thing is Jupiter, the most large planet in our system, very expansive planet, very powerful planet. Jupiter moved into Scorpio recently and will be there for a while. And that is encouraging us to expand our boundaries and our personal growth and comfort zones. So all of this energy together, along with the crystal energy of the magic of the Tanzanite, and we already have a vibration that's enhancing our ability to manifest. And also, the Tanzanite specifically is bringing in a connection to the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. Those three aiding us in clear communication and clear vision. That's where the alignment is for our chakra system with this stone and with the energies of the planets around us. So I want to pull 3 cards for this new moon tarot reading. And those 3 cards are going to be representing the moon and the sun, which are in Libra, Uranus, which is opposing the moon, and then Jupiter, which is in Scorpio. And while I'm talking about this, I'm shuffling the deck. I like to shuffle at least 3 times, just kind of feel it out, and then do a little bit of cutting. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards that have been intuitively guided. I'm going to shuffle it one more time. Really get things cleared out. And ready for this new moon crystal tarot reading. All right. So the first card that I'm pulling is going to be representing the sun and the moon in Libra, the duality, the yin and the yang, and finding that balance. There's a thing with Libra that strives for perfection, but that perfection is really homeostasis. And to reach homeostasis, we are constantly changing. And that's part of the reason change is one of the only constants that exists around us. All right. Card number 1. What do we got here? The 7 of Chalices. And I pulled this card in reverse. So chalices in the Tarot of Mermaids are represented by shells. And the 7 of Chalices, when it's upright, it's a card of artistic inspiration, illusions, happy thoughts, desires to start anew, hopes, and dreams. That is a space that we are in right now, but this card is in reverse. So watch for delusions. Don't focus on unrealistic hopes and dreams, and recognize that you have to put in the work and make the moves to have change. And it doesn't always mean pulling the rug out from your entire life. Right now, this is a time to resume your path. Rather than beginning anew, resume your path. Find your light and resume your path. 7 of Chalices reversed. Our second card is representing that Uranus opposing the moon. So that change, risk, and the energies of the heavens and your highest being combining forces or opposing forces with the moon in a feminine side of Libra. Let's see what the card has to say. We have the 6 of Wands, also reversed. So in the Tarot of Mermaids, the 6 of Wands is represented by oars. This is a card that is a messenger. It's a herald, and it's bringing forth the first among rivals. When we pull this in reverse, again, we cannot wait for something to come to us. We have to go get it. The early bird gets the worm. That's the message of this card in reverse with the energy. If you want, you have to be willing to take the risks, make the changes. Do not wait for them to come to you, because it's not. The directions are not going that way. It's a forward motion, not a turning around and looking back. 6 of Wands, reversed. Our final card for this new moon in Libra is representing Jupiter in the sign of Scorpio. Jupiter, that expansive planet, telling us to push our boundaries. Let's see what the cards have to say. 6 of Swords. I pulled this one, also reversed. Swords, represented by tridents in the Tarot of Mermaids. The 6, reversed. So normally this card would be movement for a transition. It's a card of transition. But in this case, pulling it reversed, there is a risk of going too far with your movements. So watching your own fears and confronting your own fears is important. pushing your boundaries is important, going outside your comfort zones, but at the same time, watching yourself and making sure you're not going too far. So expand, but expand with caution. Take risks, but calculate the risks before you take them. Simple as that. And always follow your intuition. This has been the Crystal Mermaid live tarot reading for the new moon in Libra, October 19th, 2017. Thank you so much for joining me here. If you enjoyed this reading, please check in with me on YouTube. Subscribe to my page for all sorts of fun videos. I'm always updating and uploading new things. Follow me on Facebook if you haven't already. I'm on Instagram, Crystal Mermaid Healing, and I'm on Twitter, Crystal Mermaid, the letter T. If you like my crystals, rocks, and gemstones, please check out my Etsy store, Crystal Mermaid Gifts, and use the code YouTube15 for 15% off anything in that store. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you for tuning in, whether live or later. I hope this message received you in good spirits. Take what you will from it. I am just one perspective of interpretation, and it's always best when we interpret using our own intuitions. Happy, happy, happy new moon. Step into your light. Let your colors shine bright. Thank you for joining me. Aho.